top 5 movies of 2013. Number 5.
My number 5 pick has to be Evil Dead. And the reason why is a lot of remakes don't have that spirit of the original. And it doesn't feel like... it doesn't have that same, I guess, presence as the original one, of course. But it does a lot of new things and keeps the same spirit alive. Plus, it had good acting from good actors. And that never happens in a horror movie, especially a remake. And it had the care and love and... God, it was gory.
Not to mention one of the best after credit scenes ever.
Groovy.
I have to disagree though. My fifth choice has got to be Anchorman 2. It's really funny. It was my second favorite comedy of the year, but it was my fifth top 5, my fifth favorite in the entire year. But it could have been a little bit better if the comedy had been tightened up just a little bit more, and this movie come out a little bit sooner. It'd probably have been twice as good, but it was still one of the best comedies out of the year and one of the best movies of the year. So, sorry, it's number 5, but it's still great.
Number 4.
Pacific Rim. This title of the movie is the only thing that really sucks about it, and the lack of character development. Other than that, this is a basic story, and like I said in my review, back in the Disney when it came out in theaters, it is like an ice cream sandwich. It's simple and yet awesome, because ice cream sandwiches are the best food ever made.
They're delicious.
Yes. And I have to say, the more you watch it, the more you like it. And that's why it has to be on everybody's like top 5. Even though I don't think it's like a 5 out of 5 movie, I think it's a 4 out of 5. It's still really good.
I think it was a 5 out of 5. I mean, giant robots and alien monster things, and it's kick-ass. It's one of those movies made for movie theaters. Amazing surround sound, stupendous special effects. It made you wet for Godzilla, I'm just saying. But that's not my 4th pick. My 4th pick has got to be This Is the End. This Is the End was my favorite comedy of the year. One of the funniest movies out in a long, long time, since Tropic Thunder, which a lot of people will disagree with me about. But it was still hilarious. Actors playing themselves in the midst of the apocalypse. The exorcism of Jonah Hill had me pee myself. It was just all around the funniest movie out this year. Just barely eked out Anchorman 2, but it's got to be on your top 5 list for as far as comedies and just in movies in general.
I didn't see it.
You. Number 3.
Number 3 for me has to be Anchorman 2. To me, this was a perfect summer blockbuster type comedy that went way jumping the shark. It felt like the original. Of course, in my opinion, the original is better. And I've heard a lot of people say, no, this is better than the original. It's not as quotable, other than, I'm blind! And there's so many things in here that you have to just, like, cry laughing at certain parts. There's a future gun in here, and a minotaur, and a ghost, and
a werewolf.
Oh, yeah, and a were-hyena. But this is just a fun movie, and to me, yes, he may have made it his 5th one, but to me, maybe it's because, I don't know, I like dumb humor, and this is as dumb as you get, in a good way.
It is classy. I agree that it was a great movie, and it is in my top 5. It's just not as high up as his, but I can't argue with you on all the points. They did such a good job of breaking the cliche of reusing all the jokes from previous movies, almost up into the very end, and you're like, oh look, they're going to make a sequel with none of the jokes from the original movie. Oh wait, no they're not. They're going to cram every single joke from the first movie into the last 20 minutes, which just made it like they're making fun of themselves because they don't care, which made it even more funny to me.
And of course, smoking crack is always a funny thing.
Now we know you can't smoke crack on national television.
Who knew?
Who knew? So anyways, my number 3 has got to be Man of Steel. It was a really, really great movie, but it just wasn't good enough to be my number 1 movie. There were slight things about it that I didn't like, but not enough to make it, better than maybe Batman 2 perhaps, but just really, really close as far as the Batman type movies or the Avengers. It was just right on par.
So when
great action, great product placement. I mean, who doesn't want to go to IHOP now?
And Sears.
And Sears. And their Nokia phone and all the other things. And Lois Lane's not a dumb person who can't figure out who Superman is. They did a good job of his dad, his earthly dad, and his real dad. We got to see more of Krypton than we've ever seen in a movie before. And it was just a great movie all around. Great action, great acting. You know, other than if they just trimmed this up, just trimmed the hair a little bit, it would have been probably my number 2 or 1.
You're up for grooming, I guess.
If you watch it on a small screen, the hair won't bother you, but big screen is just
Bush. Bush League.
Number 2.
Wolf of Wall Street. The reason why this is number 2, in my opinion, is it's so good. I mean, we just saw this movie, and to me, maybe it's because we just saw it, but this, alright, Martin Scorsese is one of the best directors of all time, and when he hits it out of the park, which, to me, just the type of movies I like, it's happened a couple times, of course, like Departed and what have you. In this, there's no crime aspect to it. There is, but it doesn't feel like a crime movie,
right.
like, oh, guns blazing, blah, blah, blah. It's about what this guy did on Wall Street, and the amounts of blow this dude did, and the boobs.
and lemons,
Oh, yes. And
just any kind of drug.
and just, there's so many things in here that I loved, and this was a 5 out of 5. And, like, yeah, it hands down. And
I immediately wanted to go back and see it again.
yeah, and, which, I mean, we have to.
Let's go see it
Yeah.
again.
What's your number 2?
Number 2 for me is going to have to be, it's going to have to be Pacific Rim. Sorry. It was blow, giant robots dealing out giant fists to the face of giant monsters. And it's everything I love about going to a movie theater. Because it's the kind of thing where you want to grab popcorn and a drink and watch things blow up and hit things and things that scream and explode around your head. And just awesomeness. Not to mention the best speech anybody's ever given since Independence Day.
The second. Every given Sunday still has the best.
I'm the professional.
I'm a guy that likes movies.
Number 1.
Okay, you mentioned your number 1. To me, this is a no-brainer, and like I said, Wolf of Wall Street was amazing. Very close. And we were discussing it, and that may have been mine, but it has to be Man of Steel. I think, personally, this is the best Superman movie I have ever seen. This is probably one of the best superhero movies I've ever seen. And that's saying a lot from a Green Lantern fan, a fan of Batman films, and what have you. The reason why I love Superman so much is it's a guy to strive for. And the thing that doesn't make him, I guess relevant to a lot of people, or relatable, is that he's literally like a god among men. And how they made this is they made him relatable. He has human problems. Yes, he's invulnerable, and they do make him like that in like the ship, but he's going against a threat so big.
Yeah.
And the whole thing is, he is more powerful than anything else in fiction. If you guys don't know, his power level is limitless.
It's over 9,000.
It's way over that. Matter of fact, he has never reached a limit. And it shows, like, you know, when Superman is about to do that whole, you know, going across, you know, the world and spinning around the original one. In this one, you have kind of that moment where he goes against that like, what was it, the drive thing that terraformed the thing. And when he goes up, he crashes through that thing. And mind you, that is going through the Earth. That's supposed to be like 20 times Earth's gravity.
Yep.
That's like the sun. So, well, not in his point, but you know what I mean. That's why it's my favorite one. That's why it's my number 1.
Not to mention it had Bruce Wayne's satellite, Lex Luthor's truck, and
this
other cool stuff.
And I hear people complaining about it.
And General Zod. Friggin' amazing.
Yeah. I want to find him!
Still, I mean, our lists are very, very, very similar. They get the same movies almost exactly, just in a different order. My number 1, honestly, up until today, it wasn't, but today it's Wolf of Wall Street. It had just perfect fluidity to it. It just flowed, and it just kept on it kept up the motivation and the steam all the way through the movie, and it just went from one thing to another to another to another. So many boobs, so much drug, and so many awesome cars and funny, and it was such a funny movie for a drama. We laughed more than we have in any other movie.
I don't even think when we went into it that it was going to be that funny.
I thought the funniest parts were in the trailer. I really did, because in a dramedy, you know, usually those are the only jokes you're gonna get. And this movie Jonah Hill was awesome. Leonardo DiCaprio, I previously didn't really like that much. He was great in this movie.
It really breaks the fourth wall too.
Not to mention your favorite podcaster was in it.
That's that guy. Podcast on the left. He's probably not watching this, so I don't care. Free plug though anyway.
5 out of 5. This is my top of the year.
Honorable mentions.
Yeah, I didn't put this on the list because I kind of forgot. So I guess it doesn't deserve to be on the list, but I really loved it, and that was Kick-Ass 2. It had the same feel as Kick-Ass, but extremely more, I guess, graphic.
Yeah.
Extremely more comedic. Is it like the comic? No, because I didn't really read the comic, and I heard it was all right.
That makes the majority of people that watch it.
It was like really like, I guess, I don't know. What's that word I'm looking for?
Awesome.
Yeah. And just, man, like everything worked in that movie, and I wish I could put it like top on the list, but it's just a really good movie, and it's not a 5, it's like a 4. It's not as good as the original though. So.
Yeah, that's true. And I agree with everything, but I've got to have an honorable mention going out to Hunger Games. I wasn't previously a Hunger Games fan, but the first one sucked me into it, and the second one was really, really good. The second one had... The worst part of it was the fact that they leave you hanging at the end of the movie, and now you're just dying to see the next film.
Is this what the movie does?
It does. It tugs on your heartstrings. Every time I get up, they bring me back in.
Oh, that's good. No. Hey, but there's another list that we gotta do, and that's the worst one.
So I guess you have to stay tuned for the next one.
And don't forget to subscribe
Or if you want to, I don't give a shit.
to me.
Why do you have bullets around your shoulder?
Because it's time to pop a cap in your ass for the big guy upstairs.
Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe. And check out these celebrities reviewing action figures and these other epic movie voice reviews.
In a horror movie. That's why it's my dog.
You're out of frame.
I do whatever I want!
Scoot over this way and do it again.
Alright.
There you are, right there.
I'm a guy that likes movies. I don't get payoffs.
Number 1. Oops, you're not ready.
I'm sorry. I don't know why. Number 1. Alright, do it.
Alright.
And I'll do the joke. So we'll do best first.
Make sure you're in camera.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Get in frame.